All right, everybody, welcome to Reselling the Real Life, episode number 9. Haven't been feeling well lately, and I completely spaced that today was the first Tuesday of the month, and this was my show. It's like, oh man, I don't have a topic, I don't have a guest, and I couldn't find a guest. I couldn't think of a topic, so I figured let's just go ahead and do a Q&A. So feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and I will answer them. And of course, I'm on camera, so here's a kitty. Right as I get on live, somebody has to say hi. So there you go. You said hi. Mwah. And just before I started, it's like, I've been pulling a lot of items from Amazon lately. UPS hasn't knocked today, so I'm going to check. And they didn't knock. They straight up left a nice little stack of items that were returned. So I'll be opening them. So these are my few Amazon sales. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat just for anybody who's coming in. Feel free to ask any questions. All right, well, people are getting ready to ask questions. Let's see what I got. This envelope is rather destroyed. Let's hope I can try and save it. I think I've only been using the recycled envelopes coming from Amazon the last couple weeks. Let's see here. What did I get this time? Bride of the Wind CD. Okay. Amazon has actually been ticking me off a lot lately, so I have decided to change up how I'm doing Amazon to the extreme. I pulled about 95% of my inventory from Amazon. I canceled my pro seller account, so I'm just now an individual seller. And I think I'm down to about 30 items in FBA right now. A book in classical mood. I think I had like a whole bunch of those at one point. Those I cannot recycle. Cannot do a single thing with those. Come on. I've got so much going on here. I got a box even on top of my trash can. Sweet. Wondered when that was going to get back. Digital camera, smart media card reader writer. That one's going for eBay. I do not remember this item at all. Belkin Y combo sync USB. Okay, I think I paid $1 for it, and I don't remember what I was asking. Chili Dogs DVD. Good thing I had it pulled. Still had the Goodwill sticker on it. I can't believe I left that one on. I'm usually pretty good about pulling those Goodwill stickers off before sending them in FBA. That's odd. That actually sold on Amazon just before they sent it to me. Good question. I don't know. We'll figure that one out later. The new Howdy Doody Show DVD. You know what? That's going to go there for now. And we got the Deming Management Method paperback book. That was in a bulk buy a little while ago. So I've got 3 viewers. And I'll say again, feel free to ask any questions. Paper, a book, Dark Fire. Okay. I thought all these sold. The Breakup Artist DVD. I ended up with like a total of 5 of these, because I did end up going back and getting more. That, I honestly thought they all sold. All right, well, so I hope everybody else's sales are doing well. My Amazon, well, having pulled 95%, has straight up tanked, but my eBay is actually skyrocketing. I've been going back to some of my other accounts and listing more, and of course, just watching the income go straight up. How are you changing your Amazon business? When I first started, I was sending in anything and everything into Amazon. And when they had this special last month of you can pull your items out of Amazon for free, well, that was one of the reasons I'd been trying to pull 1 item or 2 items out a little bit at a time rather than everything, because I had items that were sitting there from when I first started over 2 years ago. And they would either have no rank or a rank that was so crazy ridiculously high that they probably would sell in like 1 in 5 years. And I was not the only seller of said items. So, all right. Geek fantasy novel. Oddly enough, this one did not sell. It actually had a really good rank, but it did not sell. I've got several love novels. I had a bulk buy a few months ago, and I had like 200 romance novels, and I shrink wrapped them all and sent them in. Cranky Bugs and Other Thomas Stories. Thomas and Friends, The Tank Engine. Monsters, Inc. Disney book, and Dinosaurs Disney book. Yay, more boxes and bubble wrap. All right, next box. But I figured I am going to try and focus more on sending in items with better rank. So that hopefully with a better profit margin, not just like when I first started with anything and everything, even if there was like a couple pennies profit. Now I want to get more profit out of it. Yay, lots of bubbles. But as soon as everything comes out of Amazon, I'm going to go through my inventory and delete all of those inactive listings so that they're not even going to show up on my Amazon account, so that when I log in to type in more items for sale, I won't even see those items. More romance novels. More romance novels. Romance novels. Romance novels. Yay. I wasn't kidding. I had a lot of them. Some of them had a rank of like 16 million, and some had a rank of like 3,000. And they've been sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. Romance novels. Romance novels. Romance novels. More romance novels. Oh, look. More romance novels. All right. We've got The Sword of Armageddon. I honestly have no clue where I got this one. Another Breakup Artist DVD. I'm really curious as to, I thought all of those sold. Why didn't Noah swap both mosquitoes? I'm drawing a blank as to where I got this one. Dad. It was one of those bulk boxes that Dad left me, and oh God, he had hundreds of books. The World of Rubens, Time Life Books, Library of Art. if you can ever get the complete set of Time Life books, Library of Art, it will sell anywhere from like $200 to $300. I've had a couple complete sets. I was very lucky. They do, I think the longest I sat on any of those was like 6 months. It was taking up a lot of space, but of course, for that much of a profit, yeah, you're going to sit on it. You'll wait. All right, let me make a little bit of room here. I have no foot room. All these books. I'm going to take them to the half-price bookstore right around the corner from me. I was going to go there the other day to sell some stuff to them, and they had an issue. Somebody drove a car through their front door. Luckily, they had 2 doors, but they were basically closed for the day. So I did not get to go to that location. I went to another location with a giant box of books, and they gave me $3.50. Yeah, I wasn't happy about it, but I at least got a giant box of books gone. Oh, look, a little bit of packing material, and there's a whole lot of space in here. So this packer failed. Romance novels, romance novels, romance novels. Gotta get rid of them. What is the strangest thing you have ever sold on eBay? An empty Nintendo Wii box. I sold that empty box for $15. And I don't mean just the base system. I mean the box that held the system. It had the paperwork. It was just the box. It was brand new because my sister bought her kids a Nintendo Wii for Christmas. And I asked her if I could have the box. And she was confused, but she said, okay. A month later, it sold. $15 plus shipping. So, yeah, I was happy on that one. Let's see, was that the strangest thing? I've sold some really stupid things. Yeah, I have to say that's probably at least one of the strangest. Okay, to give you a rough idea, everything I'm tossing aside right now is romance novels. Romance novels. Oh, look, shrink wrap came off of one of them. Romance. Is that really almost everything in this box? Oh, wait, I got a toy. Beanie Baby Rex from McDonald's. Ooh, this was actually one of those. Essential Bonsai. It was either this bonsai book or another one that I had in FBA that the rank was high, but even in brand new condition, and this one was brand new, it was selling for like $85. I think the rank was like 7 million, but at that price, I was going to wait it out. So it's going to go straight up on eBay. Hard Luck Frederick Bean. I think I got this one from a bulk buy a couple years ago.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Oh, evidently Alabama Pickers is posting a video right now. Deming Management at Work. 6 successful companies that use the quality principles of the world-famous W. Edwards Deming. I think I pulled it because it got mixed up between another. I ended up with like 5 Deming management books, and it said that I only had 3, but I had quantities of others, so I figured I'm going to play it safe and just pull them all. Good God. Okay, everything else in this box is romance novels. I'm not kidding when I say I had a lot. I think I had somewhere around like 200-300 of them. Yay. It might look terrible in here because I've been pulling a lot of items out of Amazon, but at the same time, it's actually a lot better than it was in the last 2 weeks. Romance novels do not sell for much. I figured I would send them in hoping that it would help my rank. Or not my rank, my rating on Amazon, because I think I have like 39 points of feedback, but it's at like 88%. I had 2 people leave me a negative, and Amazon refused to remove them. It's like, I sent in a new item. Customer says, no, this was a used item. It's like, no, it was brand new. It's like, I can fight that one all day long. So that's why I was sending them in, hoping to try and get better feedback, but they just weren't moving. Do I collect anything? Spider-Man t-shirts. I love my Spider-Man. I even have the black Spider-Man, the black suit Spider-Man, not the Venom, but the Spider-Man toy. I don't know what toy it was from, but he's currently hanging from the rearview mirror in my car. You never see that one in the videos. There's a few random odds and ends that I like to collect, but the items that I actually like don't really they sell, and they sell for a lot, and it's hard to actually keep them if I come across them, like Super Nintendo games. I sold my system. I didn't want to, but I needed the money, and that was what really got me moving on eBay. But I really miss those games. Do you ever do a video on how to label, ship, and pack for FBA? Yes, I did a how to do an Amazon FBA shipment step-by-step for beginners video. It's actually one of my most popular videos right now. So feel free to go back into my videos. I'm sure you'll find it, because I only have like a couple dozen. No, wait, I have about 80 videos right now, but it'll stand out. I think the thumbnail is an image of chocolate Pez when I had a whole bunch of chocolate Pez and I sent it in. And yes, it sold out. Massive profit. It was dumb. Black Suit Spider-Man is from Infinity Wars. There's lots of different types. I mean, the Black Suit Spider-Man actually originally came out, I think, in the early 1960s. I got my first negative on eBay last week. I sold a Guitar Hero with no dongle, title, description, and no dongle. Guy sent me a message saying my description was deceptive. Really? I hate it when people do that. I've only had one negative on eBay ever, and you can still see it on my account. It says this item was canceled. You never asked to cancel it. You are in another country. Feel free to send the item back. I'll give you your $10 back, but I don't know what you paid for the global shipping program to ship it to you. Hello, HB Picker. I called eBay and they said buyer could leave you a negative no matter what. Wow, that actually does suck. Luckily, with the new rating system, it doesn't hurt as bad as it used to. It's like all of my defects that I had before just straight up gone. And I think there was only a couple times I was coming dangerously close to losing my top-rated seller status. I had one person buy a VCR off of me. In the title, it said no remote. In the description, it said no remote. They get it. They wanted to know where the remote was. They called eBay. eBay told her that she would be able to get her money back, but she had to go through this process. Well, I called eBay. eBay said they have no idea who she talked to, but if she goes through this process, I'm in the clear. they cannot take it from me. So not only and could she not leave me a negative, but if she did, that they would remove it instantly. How long did it take you to become full-time? I was doing it full-time and selling on eBay and working my job part-time for a few years. I think I was doing it for a year before I started making videos, and I knew I would be able to do it, but I didn't want to quit my job, because in our society now, they say you have to have a job, or you have to go to school, get good grades, get a good, or what is it, get a college degree or something, so you can get a good job, 401k, yada yada yada. And yeah, that life hasn't existed since our grandparents were around. It's like that's been long no longer around. My brother, who's older than me, is still trying to fight for that. It's like, dude, seriously, do something else. I think after about 3 years, I finally just took the plunge because I had issues with my store manager. Long story on that. And I made a video about that with the Gilmans, and they said to do it. And so I did. I went in the next day, and my next schedule, handed my note to the store manager to find out he was no longer the store manager. He was demoted to assistant general manager, and my new store manager, I really hated to do it to him because I liked him. And I handed it to him. He said, "Why are you doing this?" And I told him the whole story of what was going on with him, but at the same time, I make too much money working from home to continue working here. It was I had to do the numbers because it was around tax season, and I actually came up with the numbers that it was costing me about $30,000 a year to keep my $18,000 a year job. So he understood, but he hated to do it, considering I'd been with the company for over a decade, because I knew the job, I knew how to do everyone's job, even his job. So he really did not want to let me go. He actually tore my notice up, threw it away, and said I wasn't allowed to quit. The next week, I handed him another note saying, yes, this is my 2 weeks notice, and he had to accept it. I don't believe in that system. That's why I'm trying to make this my lifestyle. Yes, that's for everybody who's watching this video. We fully are there. But yeah, part of me still misses it. I actually really do miss delivering pizza. It's hard to explain. You just find something that you love, and it's hard to leave. How do you handle it when eBay gets slow? Have multiple eBay accounts, for one. I didn't used to share my main eBay account, but I share my main eBay account. I have 3. I have 2 other accounts that one is constantly having at least a few sales, and I have that attached to a completely separate PayPal account. So when I absolutely have to have the money, then I have money over there in that PayPal account. And I go out of my way to not touch that money, because when our lease is up here, I actually want to buy a house. I'm shooting for a goal, and I know this goal is a hard goal, and I'm pushing myself for it. I want to buy a house, and I want to pay cash. I know that's a stretch. I know that's a hard stretch. But if I can just go in and say, hey, I want this house, and they're like, okay, let's get you financed. Like, I'm paying right now. One, it'll be priceless to see any real estate agent say, what? And yeah, that'll be really interesting if I can pull it off. But that's the other reason I'm trying to rework how I'm doing Amazon. It's like I'm not just sending in anything and everything where they're going to sit in the warehouse and just rack up massive storage fees. That's why I got all this stuff back. It's like I can take this to the half-price bookstore and sell it. I can at least get some of my money. I went there a few weeks ago with 6 boxes full of books that I had pulled, and they gave me, I think it was like $80, and that was just money that was sitting at Amazon not doing anything. I could at least take it to the half-price books, and yeah, they pay you bottom dollar, but it was items I wasn't even going to bother listing on eBay. Like, I got some books right there sitting on the table. I'm going to list those as a lot. I'm trying to figure out if I want to list them all as one giant lot or if I'm going to break them down into lots of 10. Don't know yet. Old vintage books sometimes sell pretty well. Let's see here. I know I've been trying to focus more on sending brand new items into Amazon. I'm actually trying to get ungated in the health and beauty into Amazon. I'm already ungated in grocery. Let's see, there was a couple other things that I got ungated in. Like I didn't get ungated in sports cards, or not sports cards, but sports memorabilia, car parts. I got ungated in car parts. The only thing that they asked for is go ahead and try to apply, because when I applied, the only thing they asked for was where else are you selling, and I gave them a link to my eBay store. And at the time, I had like 3 car stereos. Like right now, I think I'm down to 1 car stereo. But I think that's the only thing that helped me get ungated in car parts. Before anybody asks, no, I have not gotten around to listing my guitar yet. Yeah, still can't play, but I've got them. I got the other one fixed. I've got it strung. I've got the saddle fixed. I just really like guitars. I can't play to save my life, but I really like them. They're just kind of sitting here looking all nice and pretty. Like I said, I've been out. Had the cold in the last few days, and it's kind of knocked me out. So I'm really coming up empty-handed for anything, any kind of topic. Do you sell more on eBay or Amazon? eBay. I actually do way more with eBay than I do with Amazon. Even before I was trying to redo all of Amazon. eBay's always been good to me. eBay's always had more consistent sales. Like even when I was trying to stop and focus on Amazon to get items off to the warehouse, eBay was still there spitting out more cash than Amazon was. So I'm trying to at least focus more on eBay, wait for everything with Amazon to cool down, then just completely redo everything, and we'll see how that goes. I just got a load of Alfred Hitchcock books in hoping to sell vintage. Yes. Let's see here. I had a lot of books that I sold on eBay. I don't normally do auctions anymore, but I had a huge lot of books that I knew would sell. They were in acceptable condition. Some were in excellent condition. Some were in acceptable condition. And something told me to take a good look, and I looked to see what they were selling for. And I went with, on most items, I say don't do this. I went with a 99-cent auction, calculated shipping. And there was a glitch with the eBay system. It charged them $2.70 for shipping. I don't know what happened, but it only charged them $2.70 for shipping, so I kind of got screwed on that. But I will say I definitely got my money back in. To charge them $2.61 for shipping. And at a 99-cent auction, I actually had some people say, "Oh my God, you want me to bid on that for you?" It's like, no, I want you to not bid on it at all. It's like, I can jack up the price. Like, I don't want you to. It went up to $79. On certain items, you want to wait till certain items you will get more attention if you're especially trying to get rid of it. Hang on, make sure there we go. Here is this. It was a lot of 63 Doc Savage vintage books. Some people, if they were in better condition, I would have listed them individually. But some of them were in such poor condition. I mean, I had one book in particular, it was ripped. The cover was just straight up ripped in half. But some of them were just falling apart. The back on one had fallen off. But if they were in much better condition, I would have listed them individually. On the low end, they were selling for like $10 a book. But in this condition, I just wanted rid of them. I wanted them to go away. So I just did a 99-cent auction to get them all gone all at once. I mean, you can see the condition on some of these. They're just definite lots of shelf wear. So yeah, had to. And there we go. So yeah, Doc Savage vintage books, they sell pretty well. Let's see if I can get that back up. There we go. Okay, so certain kinds of books will sell well for auction. Very, very rarely will I do an auction just for traffic. Sometimes I'll do an auction just to get rid of an item, but sometimes I'll do an auction for traffic. Like whenever I get a new cell phone, I will take my old cell phone. I will put it up on eBay. I will put it up for whatever the shipping will be, and I will do it at 99-cent auction. It will move. It will bring traffic to your store. I always try to, if I can get something hot that will bring traffic to my store, yes, I will do an auction. Even if it's lower than what I paid for it. The marketplace isn't the same as it used to be for auctions, but certain items will move quickly under auctions. Doc Savage books are one of them. Cell phones. If you know how to list them right, and I have to teach myself every time I do another auction for a cell phone, get them listed right. Make sure you list the cell phone carrier, of course, that your phone is used. Don't try to say it's refurbished. It's been over a year and a half since I've done a cell phone, so I honestly don't even remember. But whenever you get a new cell phone, just completely wipe that memory clean, then put it up on eBay. Because you own the phone, you can do whatever you want. And I always take it to AT&T. I have AT&T, so I go to AT&T, tell them, let's make sure that the memory is completely wiped clean because I'm going to sell it on eBay. They're like, okay. Wipe it clean, send it, put it on eBay, gone. The last one I had went to Hawaii. I don't know why people buy used phones on eBay, but hey, me personally, I want a brand new phone. That's just me. But all right, any more questions? Let's see here. I have been going through my envelopes, but at the same time, I'm still getting more envelopes from Amazon. And yes, I am saving them and doing them. I do it all the time. Yep. One of the changes that came out with eBay in the spring seller update, and I only just found this out the other day, is every quarter you get depending on your store, let's see here, does it say here? You can get $25 coupon, $50 coupon, or a $75 coupon every quarter for the eBay branded shipping supplies. And finding where it is at is not easy. But I've got the basic store because I've got 3 accounts. And you can get shipping supplies sent to you from the eBay store, but you're just going to spend I'll spend less than $25 just so I can get it for free, because I get a lot of different kinds of items. I'd rather have a used phone than getting committed to a contract. Well, considering I'm going to be staying with AT&T, I don't have any problems with getting a contract. I got mine in the mail today, tape and boxes. I was actually looking for the tape, and they have completely sold out. And the only bonus with their tape is it says eBay all over it. It's actually smaller than the tape that I've got. I think it was like half this roll. And I really do not need tape. I've got a roll there. I've got probably about 30 rolls of tape in my drawer here. And I've still got these. So I am actually good on tape for a while. That's one thing I do not need to worry about for quite some time, because on a busy day I will use a roll and a half of tape. Let's see here, I think the busiest day I used 2 rolls of tape, but I had some really large boxes, and when it comes to taping up boxes that you have to Frankenstein, I'm not stingy with tape. I want to make sure that that item is secure in that box, and then I will tape the hell out of it. I will completely cover it all the way around where no cardboard is even covering. I am not going to be stingy. I will not take a chance. Looks like people are flipping some of the tape for a decent profit. They can have it. If that eBay store ends up getting more tape, I might buy it, but yeah, I'm not sure. I might just buy it, turn around, and sell it on eBay just at the same price. But yeah, I think the price they were asking was crazy ridiculous, because it was too much for what I pay for tape. What do you think about all of the other changes for the spring update, the 30-day returns and such? I do not like 30-day returns. That is giving a scammer too much time to use whatever brand new item that they have to say, okay, I changed my mind, I want to send it back. I've already used it a whole bunch of times, so I'm good now. Yeah, I had somebody buy a CD from me from Amazon, and I know what they're doing. They opened it, they swapped out their item, and they're giving me their old item. And that was not a cheap CD. I think that was a $30 CD coming back like the second they got it. I'm not too happy about it. What kind of setup do you use? Example camera. Right after I got started selling on eBay, I was doing halfway decent, and when we decided I was gonna straight up go with it and work it hard, my camera died. It was barely clinging to life, and it's like I gotta save the money with what I'm making off of eBay to try and buy a new camera. And before I even had the money for that, it finally said I'm done. I bought this camera when it was brand new. It was about the same price on eBay back then. It is a Canon SX160IS with 16 times optical zoom. I paid $350 for this thing brand new 4 years ago. It is still going. It is still going strong. It is doing as good today as it was the day I bought it. I'm having no problems with this. I love this camera, and my kids know they're not allowed to play with this camera. It's like, I don't mind with a lot of items, but this item, no. Because at one point, my daughter, I think it was my daughter, picked it up, was doing something, and dropped it. It's like, you better pray that thing still works. It's like, you are not allowed to touch this camera, because otherwise you're buying a new one. And she's trying to save up for an American Girl doll. And she's, yeah. It still worked, so she was happy. I worked in retail for a long time, so I have no problem with returns. I get very few. All have been within a week of getting them. 30 days, of course. For the most part, I don't have any issues with returns because one of the things that I put in my returns is buyer pays return shipping. And I don't like to take returns, but if they truly say this is broken, it's like, okay, return it and I'll give you your money back. Or I changed my mind, I don't want it, okay, return it and I'll give you your money back. Original shipping costs not refundable. Make sure you get that in there because then there's no issues. And they can try to say, if they really push hard, they'll get their money from eBay and eBay will take it from you, but they really have to try. And if they're really trying, then they're probably a scammer. But even then, I've had a few people try to say, oh, well, this item broke and it was delivered 15 minutes ago. It's like, okay, if it's really broken, send it back and I'll give you your money back. They didn't send it back. Probably because they realized that it was buyer pays return shipping and it cost me $45 to ship it to them because they were able to talk me into free shipping, and the eBay calculator was wrong at that time. Because, yeah, eBay calculated shipping, told me it was going to cost $8 to ship to them, and then I go to print off the shipping label and it cost $45, and I was not happy because I actually paid up for that item. Got burned on Amazon. Guy swapped out the dice and $300 for a broken one. I hate it when that happens. That doesn't happen to me on $300 items, but I had a $180 combo player that sold. He said it didn't work, wanted his money back. Amazon gave him his money back, and it's been about 45 days, and he still has not returned it. So I actually need to be calling Amazon here before long to say, hey, what's going on? This money was refunded on this item. I still haven't gotten it. Amazon always sides with the customer done flipping high-ticket items on Amazon. Sometimes. There's a lot of variables, but yeah, it's like when eBay and PayPal did the split, that actually kind of hurt us a bit harder than they realize. It's like I understand from the business standpoint, but that actually really hurt us. Guy opened A to Z claim right away, never contacted me. That does suck. I hate it when that happens. I don't know too much about other changes on eBay other than the 30-day return policy, just to keep your top-rated plus seller status, which I'm still not happy about, but here's hoping that there isn't going to be too many issues. Yeah, I waited till the last minute to change that one. I'm in Ohio and paid $35 to shipping to Washington, then return shipping was another $35. Ouch. No return, no refund. Well, when you get to a certain level with eBay, when you accept certain conditions, like if you turn to 30-day returns, accepting returns, and change it to now it's 30-day returns, you actually get more sales. There is a drastic jump in sales when you change it to that. And I don't have very many issues. I think I've only had 4 items returned. And that's since I started accepting returns. Greg, is there any way you can tear it apart and sell the parts on eBay? At least try to get some of your money back? Because I know I've had parts of vacuums that I've sold on eBay before, but I don't normally do vacuums. I think that the last vacuum I had, I parted out, but I also got it for free, so it wasn't a whole lot. I contacted Amazon, told them he sent me back a different item, sent pictures to them, and still lost. Yeah, I know. I've been scammed on Amazon before. I actually made a video on that one, on the first time I got scammed. Completely different junked item. Sometimes you can get some parts out of them. There aren't very many. Sometimes you can get the hose. Sometimes you can get some of those attachments. You can clean them up a little bit. Depending on the belt, you can sell the belt differently. Yeah, you remember my video. It's always weird being just me talking. I think I've been going for like 45 minutes and just talking to myself. Yeah, I mean, if they don't return, they don't get a refund. Like with your Amazon refund, no reason they should process the refund if you never got the item back. That is true. I still am not happy about that. I know somebody, I don't remember who, but somebody posted in one of the groups that Amazon delivered the item late. They called Amazon and complained. Amazon told the customer to keep the item, and that customer luckily understood that it was coming from a third-party seller, contacted him, and told him that Amazon told them to keep the item. I'm not sure what they did about it, but I was actually shocked that they did that, because they didn't even give the seller his money back. They just refunded the money and told the customer to keep the item. No idea what Amazon's doing there. Yeah, definitely, Greg. See if there's anything that you can save on that Dyson. Because I know Dyson's a good name. There's got to be at least a few parts that you can try and get out of it. I think that's pretty much it. There weren't too many people here asking questions. I'm going to probably be trying to see if I can work more on retail arbitrage with Amazon, work that side a little bit more, but we'll see. So, all right. So I guess that is all. So again, if you have any questions after this video is no longer live, leave them down below. I still try to get back to people. How has your eBay sales been? Actually, since I've been focusing more on Amazon, or taking items out of Amazon, listing them on eBay, my eBay sales are actually going up. They're actually going drastically up. I know it's been April is usually the slowest month, but as of right now, especially with straight up taking the junk from Amazon and listing it on eBay, it's going up. So I'm actually excited. I can't wait to see what next month brings. So we'll see. So yeah, if anybody after the video, if you have any questions, leave them down below. I try to get back to everybody. Even in my videos from a while ago, they still leave comments, and I still get back to them. Even the videos from like 2 years ago, I still get back to them. So, all right, don't forget, like, subscribe, and ask any questions down below.